Once you are in 6th grade bulletin board, all announcements will be posted right here. You can either click down here to get to the musical information, or you can go to the tab that says musical. When you click on it, you will find audition information. Crew information will come later on after our discussion this coming Friday the 13th. So you click on audition information. Here are the audition requirements, the parent permission slip information, and then the sign up genius. For the audition requirements, you are auditioning for one role, and that is your top choice. You may be considered for other roles, but you're only auditioning on your top choice. Everyone is going to be singing the same song for their audition, regardless of what role you are auditioning on. If you click on the link for Beauty and the Beast audition music, that will open in a new window. You are starting right here where it says start, and you are singing from there down to where it says stop. I've crossed out the notes that you are not singing, since you cannot sing 3 notes at the same time. So everyone again will be singing the 16 measures from the piece Gaston. When you see here, there is the link to the MTI Broadway Shows Junior website. So if you control copy, I will make this link able to click on in just a few minutes. But if you cut and paste, then you will see on the Broadway Junior website, here's audition materials. If you scroll down to the bottom, here it says select a show. You are obviously selecting Beauty and the Beast. So you go to Disney's Beauty and the Beast Junior, make sure it's not the adult show. And here you have all the information on each character. All right, it has a breakdown. If you click, say, narrator's breakdown, this gives you an idea of what the role is. For here, the narrator says that there's 4 narrators, and kind of gives you an idea if that's a role you might be interested in. Then it gives you the script. The script are your sides. All right, so if you, say, clicked on the script for Belle, this is what you're reading to your actual audition. Mrs. Eiselcorey and myself will be reading all the other character parts in the scenes, but here it says side 1. It is a scene between Gaston and Belle, so they have a couple lines back and forth. And then you get to side 2. This is now Belle and her father, and then you again are just reading all the parts that say Belle. You are reading everything that is on those sides. Then it gives you a list of, it has score. This is just to give you an idea of some of the songs that your character will be singing. Again, you are not singing these for your audition. You are only singing the section from Gaston. So if we go back to Audition Central and go down, it gives you information on the parent permission slip. In order to audition, we need to make sure that your parents know all the dates of the musical and the dress rehearsal, so this way there are no conflicts during those times. All forms must be turned in prior to auditioning, but at the very latest, Friday, October 20th. If that form is not in our hands when we go to cast the show on the 20th, then you will not be considered. Then we have the audition sign-up. Here's the link to the sign-up genius. You're only signing up for 1 time slot, and only if you're auditioning for the roles that are listed here. It is also saying if the role is non-auditioning. The narrators and Maurice do not sing. If those are the only characters that you would like to audition for, you do not have to sing for your audition. But if you want to be, your top choice is Maurice, but you are also want to be considered for LeFou. LeFou sings, therefore we need to hear you sing. If there are no time slots, you must let myself or Mrs. Eiselcorey know by Sunday, October 15th. So this way we can make adjustments to the schedule to fit you in. Down here is the Sign Up Genius link. If you click on it, it gives you information here. Again, it says please make sure you've turned in your auditions, parent permission slip, and your audition sheet, which I'm going to go over shortly. And we're going to talk more about it on Friday the 13th when we have our meeting. Extra copies can be found outside Mr. Garahan's room. Before the list of characters, they tell you whether they can be played by a boy, a girl, or both. You are then signing up for an audition slot. So say I want to sign up for Monday from 8:42 to 8:46. I click there, I click submit and sign up. You're then putting in here your name. So, you know, maybe your name is Joe Smith. I don't know. And the role you're auditioning for is Gaston. All right, so you are entering in all of that information. If you do not have an account, then you are going to sign up with your parents' first and last name here, and then their email address, or your email address if you have an email address. All right, and then you're going to click Sign Up Now. I'm now going to go over the audition form that's going to be outside of Mr. Garahan and Ms. Stowe's room. So let me open. This is what the audition form will look like. You are filling out your name, homeroom, what your top choice you're auditioning for, and the other roles you would like to be considered. So say that you write your name as Joe Smith. He is in Miss Sahai's homeroom this year. And he would like to audition for the role of Gaston. Then in order of preference, he would like to be considered for Le Fou after that, then Lumiere, and then let's just say Chip. All right, next one. Will you accept any role, yes or no? If you do not care what role you get, then you are circling yes. If there are some roles you do not want to be considered for, you are circling no, and then you're writing them here. Maybe you do not want to be Cogsworth. All right, we will accept you for every role except for the roles you put down here. Again, if you do not care what role you have, and you want to be considered for anything after this list, then you're just going to circle yes. You are not filling out anything in here. This is all done by Mrs. Eiselcorey and myself. All right, hence why it says filled out by directors. You must have this when you come to your audition. So this way we have everything so we can fill out your form. Here is the parent permission slip. All right, let me erase this. Slowest eraser imaginable. Good enough. All right, so you are filling out, your name here. So my child, Joe Smith, has permission to audition. It tells us when rehearsals are, and for them to not try and schedule appointments then. It tells you when the dress rehearsal is and what the dates of the show. Mind you that the date of our final show is Take Your Child to Work Day. You're going to be required to work on all your lines and memorizing everything outside of school, and then if they have any questions, to email myself or Mrs. Eiselcorey. You are then signing here so that you have read and understand this contract, and then your parents are signing here to state that they have read and understood this contract as well. All right, if you have any further questions, then please let Mrs. Eiselcorey or myself know. And break a leg.